Good afternoon, Rich Nass with Embedded Computing Design. Obviously, we're here at Embedded World in Nuremberg. I'm with Steve Tateosian. He is the Vice President for microcontrollers for IoT, wireless, and
Consumer.
Consumer. All righty. But we're here in their booth, and they got this dev kit that you need to see. I saw this, I was like, that's really cool. Let's talk about that. So explain to the folks what it is we're doing with this dev kit.
So we have a new dev kit here. We call it the PSOC Edge E84 HMI kit. And what it's really intended to do is highlight some of the capabilities of our PSOC Edge microcontrollers. So here it happens to be in the form factor of a thermostat, as an example.
But this is, I mean, there's a dev board inside there. You don't normally see a full function that looks like something that's ready to ship.
That's right, and that's what we wanted to convey. It absolutely is a dev board inside of there that customers, developers can interact with and can program and can change the functionality, whether that be the sensor feedback or the ML models that are running on these devices, or frankly the display characteristics itself.
So what's inside there?
So inside here is a wide range, frankly, of Infineon products. So the basis of this is our PSOC Edge E84 microcontroller, which is a high performance ML ready microcontroller.
That's brand new.
It's brand new. We launched it last October at October Tech in middle of October last year. Wrapped around that are a bunch of sensors from Infineon, so microphones, radar, for example. There's also
hold on, you went too fast. What else? Microphones, radar?
Microphones, radar, there's CO2 in there, there's also a camera in there, so lots of different use cases supported that you might find in a thermostat, but you might also find in your smart doorbell, for example, or a smart appliance as well.
So there is not one end application that you're targeting here?
No, there's a range of applications that we're targeting, and frankly speaking, we could change, we call it the skin on the display, to show different things. For example, if it were going to go into a high-end washing machine, for example, we could reconfigure the display in that to look like a washing machine use case.
Okay, and the power levels that you're running at here?
So in this case, actually, this is designed to be a low-power microcontroller, so it absolutely supports applications like thermostats, which are often battery powered. So that's really the intent of it. Now, it's not only applicable because of the functionality for low power applications. So for line power, like a smart appliance, we see a good fit there as well.
Okay, and is it designed to be part of a smart home that's connected to lots of these things?
Absolutely. So in here we have a Wi-Fi combo device which supports Wi-Fi 6 plus Bluetooth, for example. So we also have an app, so we can communicate it just like if you bought a smart thermostat in your home. You'd provision it over the app, you'd connect it, including connecting it to your home network over Wi-Fi.
Okay, can you show us some of these things?
Yeah, so just as an example, you know, what I'll do is I'll turn up the temperature using my voice. Now it's kind of loud in here, but let's see how it goes. Okay, thermostat, increase the temperature by 4 degrees. And there we go, if you can see it, we're going from 22 to 26 degrees. In addition, we have presence detection. Now it's saying, the symbol for presence detection is saying, hey, there's somebody present, and that's because there's a big crowd of people here. But the way this is set up is when somebody comes within 1 to 2 meters of it, then it's activated, essentially.
Okay, so it's not detecting the people in the room, it's detecting when somebody's come up to give it
so
direction.
if somebody is in the room, then its presence is detected, right? So that's the use case there for radar. And then, like I said earlier, there's camera on here as well. So if you want to, just as an example, like in my home, if I don't want the kids to adjust the temperature, but the adults are fine to do that, right? We can train their faces on there, like these people are allowed to configure the thermostat and these people are not allowed to configure the thermostat.
Really interesting. Now, you mentioned radar. Is that the best way to do the presence detection?
So one thing that's great about radar, and there's many ways to do presence detection, and I mentioned the camera one can do that also. But the thing that's great about radar is that from a privacy perspective, it's not recording anything that's, or capturing a visual representation of anything that's happening in the home. So from a privacy perspective, we're seeing a lot of use cases for radar, and a lot of customers who want that, because because of that privacy aspect. The other thing that's nice about it is from a design perspective, like you can see where the cameras are on this, right? Just like if you look on your phone, you can see physically where the cameras are, but radar allows for an even sleeker design. The radar sensor is behind this upper corner, but you can't see it because it's sensing through the display itself.
And how do I make sure my neighbor is not making my thermostat go up and down?
So okay, that's a great question also. So the PSOC Edge microcontroller itself has a industry-leading security, what the industry calls PSA. It's certified to the highest level of PSA, so PSA level 4. Another use case I'll talk about here, but you could imagine, for example, if this had an NFC reader in it, for it could be a smart payment terminal, right? That device is also PCI PED certified, so certified for payment applications as well. So from a security perspective, that's how we make sure your neighbor is not interfering with or controlling or hacking into your device.
But if your kids want to raise the temperature, they got to Venmo you $10.
There you go. There you go.
Very good. And how would somebody get their hands on one of these?
So what they can do is they can work with an Infineon distributor, or they can go to Infineon.com and order it directly from our website.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Thank you, Rich.